This is Sergius. Sergius Industries is a medical apparatus manufacturer, or will be, potentially. Let's see, where'd my first slide go?
Turn to, oh, excuse me, I didn't give you directions.
Nope.
Got it? To the right.
Look at that. Okay, so what Sergius does, we are a startup that is going to hopefully revolutionize the orthotics and prosthetics design process. Now, Sergius is a weird name, and Sergius is what I called it for like the first 2 weeks, because that's how it's spelled. But Marcus Sergius in 200 BC was a Roman general. And after many, many campaigns, he ended up losing a hand in a battle, as apparently was normal back then. But he did something that was way different. Instead of retiring, he built himself a steel, or probably most likely iron hand, in order to be able to hold his shield so that he could maintain his spot in the ranks. Now, the reason why we pulled that name is because the founder of this company, who is not actually me, he's a good friend of mine, but he is a service-disabled veteran. He has no legs below the mid-thigh, and his left arm is marginally functional. However, his brain and his drive have not suffered at all. Now, our idea is that we can give back to the people that have given so much for each one of us. I mean, the service-disabled veteran community is a growing community, and it's not growing necessarily in a way that is helping anyone out. I mean, the ability to, dwell on the inventive process was something that Jedediah, who was the actual owner of this company, had pretty well managed while he was in the hospital. So what he invented, and what we're hoping to do here, is through the certified service-disabled veteran organization that we're part of, we have an ability to kind of get first-line products, or first-line looks at our products from the VA, who is the world's largest medical apparatus purchaser. And our idea is that with that guaranteed 3%, we're going to create a product that is going to give us the ability to get noticed. We have the capabilities. We're backed by Empire Medical Apparatuses, which is a well-established business that's been running for several years now, specifically in the orthotics and the prosthetics field. But what we really need is that first look. We've got the abilities, we've got the drive to meet those needs. But in order to get the attention, we need to build something. So what we're going to build is what's called the PQR-15. No, it doesn't stand for anything, we just like those types of names. What it is, and I wish this had a laser on it. Does this have a laser on it?
Does.
Uh-oh. Where? Doesn't matter. All right, you see that grass-colored piece right there in the middle? That's the PQR-15. It's a rapid release device that's going to enable amputees with limited use of one or more limbs to easily detach the lower portion of their limb. What this does is it limits the amount of times that you have to take that socket on and off of the existing limb. The real problem with that is that you're going to deal with a lot of chafing and stuff like this. And some of these very active veterans and civilians alike are dealing with 2 or 3 or 4 20-minute socket changes every day. And that comes with, all of the requisite cleaning and powdering and lotioning, which I imagine is probably a giant pain. Now, the product itself is pretty self-explanatory. If you've ever run a air hose or anything like that, it's not hard to imagine. But it works just like a quick disconnect. You pop it off, you slap the new thing on. Every adapter meets the material necessities as far as, torsion resistance, stuff like that. It's all going to be titanium, which is really fun. But the reason why this is important is because it really gives us an opportunity to make someone's life easier. Someone who has already experienced a significant amount of trauma, a significant amount of reduction in their ability to do the things that they used to love to do. And as far as that goes, we really want to bring this to Traverse City. We've already been in discussions with Jeff Grothrop from Grand Traverse Tool. He's got the capability, he's got the drive to produce this product, but we need capital. And in order to get that capital, I am requesting tonight that we have a conversation with those of you who have the means to do so to invest in this product. The possibilities are huge, but the beginning is kind of tough. So if you'd like to partner with us, feel free to talk to me afterwards.
That's it.
I skipped a slide.
It's all right.
No death by PowerPoint for y'all.
So you've got 5 minutes of Q&A. You can go
Awesome.
back if you want.
Q&A is way easier. Then you tell me what to talk about. All right. Questions, comments, concerns?
Got any plans for anything farther than this joint?
Yes, actually. We've got designs that are in process. They're kind of proprietary at the moment. But it all falls along the same lines of enabling amputees, specifically right now people who are in a very active lifestyle, to maintain the quality of life that they had before their injury.
Are there any other products like this on the market?
No, this is a product that has been fully patented by Sergius Industries, and the only other product that offers a quick connect or a quick disconnect capability relocates the knee joint 3 to 4 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're dealing with the biometrics of being able to learn a new limb, having something that's relocating that joint is going to make it very, very difficult in order to be able to kind of seamlessly transition into a new activity. Also, it involves it's a two-handed process. There's a key you have to torque down and all this kind of stuff. Whereas ours, much like an air connection does, you pull a thing, comes out, no problem. Slap the next one in, job done. Go ahead.
Are you doing something more, manufacturing something more than the connection?
The connection, in addition to all of its parts, plastic injection molding, all that kind of stuff will be done locally. Now, in addition to that, as a small company, we don't have a whole lot of product inventory that we're going to be producing. We're not going to build a factory or anything like that. But it starts off somewhere. We've got a product, we've got it patented. Now we just need to figure out how it works.
I guess what I meant is,
Sure.
you're doing just the joint. The add-ons, the
Correct.
prosthetics and everything else.
Right, it'll be compatible with everything that's already there. So whatever our prospective client, which ultimately would be a provider, not a specific person. We probably wouldn't do retail sales, but the customer or the patient in that case would have the ability to interface that joint with whatever socket they use and whatever lower prosthetic. If they're above knee or transtibial or transfibular. Go ahead.
So, is this all paid for as part of healthcare dollars? That is to say, is it covered?
Yes. This products like this and other products are paid for by insurance, VA medical coverage, things like that. Now, the ability for these people to take this joint and use it in any aspect they may need is going to be very beneficial, because now you're cutting out. Legs that last 3 to 5 years cost, in some cases, $50,000. And now you're going to cut that cost in half, because the upper portion is going to maintain much more readily, because it's not constantly being switched out. It's going to have a longer life, and it's going to hopefully enable that customer or that patient to reduce the overall cost while still maintaining quality of life.
Will you have to have agreements with the other manufacturers in order to interface with them?
We will need to be in conversation with them. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't want to make their client's life a little bit easier, but there's hurdles to this. We understand that. But the first step is definitely the production, right here.
Have y'all considered working with other companies that already have manufacturing floors for medical devices?
We're open to the idea, yes. However, as a new company, it's important that we kind of capitalize on the intellectual property and the patent that we've already achieved. It gives you credibility in the business realm. For all of you that may hold a patent, you understand that that patent itself has value. And for us, since we've already gone through all the legwork and getting it done, we'd like to see our first product become its own standalone, capable thing. Even if it gets bought, production rights, for example, if it gets bought by someone else, so be it. But that's going to establish our credibility as a manufacturer and as a inventor, so to speak. I saw one more over here, just for a second.
What's your monetary goal, and how close are you to hitting it for your production?
Well, this is our first investment meeting, I guess, something like that. Our goal is $150,000. That's going to give us the ability to produce 15 of these PQR-15s, basically a second phase prototype. We've already got the proof of concept done. That was the one you saw in the picture there. And then we're going to do marketing and testing. We're going to take those 15 units and pass them out free of charge to service-disabled veterans who have, you know, that lower limb injury. Let them test them out. They're going to be our test bed. Now, we're also going to do destructive testing to figure out, you know, what the actual limitations of the device are. But the ultimate goal, again, is to make this a self-sustaining business. You know, while we will be producing new medical technology, we'll also be providing existing medical technology to government and you know, insurance-type entities in the process in order to be able to fund our own R&D. But we've got to have that catalyst. Does that answer your question? All right, back over here.
Do you need FDA approval?
That's actually all done, and it's not an FDA, because it's external, it doesn't need to be approved by the FDA at this point.
But the
Okay.
VA,
Oh.
the VA is a whole nother question.
We've already done that. If you guys want, if you have more questions, I'll be over there in the corner of the beer table.
Good spot, yeah.